Okay, so it's a story time. So one time I was taking out my trash at the recycler. I was getting rid of a whole bunch of magazines, and I was just spring cleaning. And I had noticed this guy, whenever he was there, he was always saying something to me or whatever. And so he was like, I think I had my hair twisted. I had just washed and twisted my hair. And he was like, he was like, he was like, you so beautiful. Oh my gosh. When you gonna let me take you out? So I was like, hey, okay, you want to go out? Let's go out. I try to not be close-minded. So he was like, well, let me get your number. And he was like, I'm a Michelin star chef. I could take you to some really nice places. Now, mind you, I'm a foodie. I have eaten all over the world. I've eaten in Paris. I've eaten in London. I've eaten in New York. I've eaten at the River Cafe in New York, which is a Michelin star restaurant. So I am not, this is not my first time at the rodeo when it's talking about fine dining. So I was like, okay. So he called me, and he was just really insistent upon us like meeting the very next day. And I was like, I'm just getting off of work. I didn't have time to take my hair down because my hair was still twisted. He was just like, no, I want to see you now. I want to see you now. I've been thinking about you all day, and I just want to see you now. I want to see you now. So I met him, and I was just like, oh my God, like, he's being so insistent. Like, I'm not even ready. I'm literally just coming from work. I'm literally just leaving work. So it was just really weird. So we went to Outback, which is fine by me because I always get a coconut shrimp and a side salad, because I'm pescatarian, so it doesn't matter to me. I like Outback actually. So he was there, and he was like, "Oh, I was just here last night um, with some friends of mine." So now he had already told me that he was there with some lady friends. So when the guy came to serve us, he was like, "Oh, you don't remember me? I was here. I was here." It was so funny. He was like, "I was here. I was here last night. I spent major money in here." And I'm like, "This is Outback." I'm like, "This is Outback." Okay, whatever. You spent major money. And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, you were here with some ladies." And he was like, "I was here with my mother." Now, his mother lives in Boston, so he wasn't there with his mother. I was like, the lies, the lies. So, anyway, the lies. So, the guy, he drank like, I think they had this like blackberry martini, and I had wanted to try it. So I had like one drink. First of all, I never, ever, ever drink more than 2 drinks. Period. It doesn't matter if I'm with guys, girls, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna drink more than 2 drinks because I'm not gonna do that. So I ordered the blackberry martini, and he ordered like a bunch of stuff. He ordered a bunch of stuff. And so he was telling the guy to give him something, and the guy wasn't responding fast enough to him, and he went off. He was like, as much money as I spend here, I want to be treated with respect. And and my eyes got big. I was like, what the fuck? What the heck? What is going on? So um, I had just like, like grabbed his hand under the table, and I was like, just shaking my head like, no, like, don't do that because that's kind of like not nice. It's a not nice thing to do to people who are serving you food. And so when he left, I was like, what was that about? Like, why the man didn't do anything wrong. And he was like, I want to be respected. It's my money and I want to be respected. So I was like, okay, um, it's Outback. I mean, like, it's Outback for God's sakes. I don't understand this Outback Steakhouse. Like, why are we tripping? So, he was like, I'll see you. I want to see you again. Can we go somewhere else? And I said no, because I had to go to work. And, like, literally, he just pressured me into coming to Outback. Like, rushing me into going to Outback. So I was just like, no. You know, this being like how he was acting with the waiter. That shit was weird. So I was like, no, probably not. I said I'm gonna go home. And he was like, oh, you're gonna go home with me. So now listen, while we were at the um at the table, one of the hostesses was from Boston. So she was like, he was saying that he was from Boston, and she was like she was from Boston. And she was like, well, are you going to take her to Boston? Because them guys going to be on her when she go to Boston. And he was like, she's good. It's top of the line, everything. And she was like, well, them guys going to be trying to take her to the Gucci store and all of the high class. So he was like, I got it. It's nothing. I have a lot of money. And I was just like, what in the world? Now, I am no stranger to people spending money on me. I'm no stranger to that. I encourage that. But people who have money don't act like that. Like, they don't make references to that, and they don't. They just go, "Oh, she'll be fine. She'll have a good time." But anyway, I'm gonna come back with part 2.